Hey everyone, CPO here, and in this video, I'm doing another eWriter, not review, walkthrough, basically. So previously, though, on the QuarkLogic paper and the Books Note Air, I did sort of a list of my likes and dislikes, pros and cons. I'm not really doing that right now on this device, but I do want to talk about the hacked Remarkable and the features that you get above and beyond the base functionality of the device as it comes from the factory. One of the things that keeps drawing me back to the Remarkable is this community of people and the open access that you have to the Remarkable operating system. It's a Linux operating system. You have root access from the get-go, so you can SSH right in there from day one without rooting or hacking or anything like that. And then there's people who have added on functionality. I have the ability to install additional Linux applications. Like, there's so much about this that keeps bringing me back to it. And to the point where I've been using this. This is a Remarkable 1. The Remarkable 2 is soon to be equally hackable, although they've made some changes that the community is trying to catch up to, but it's getting pretty close. But a lot of the things you're going to see here are applicable to the Remarkable or the Remarkable 2. And I've forgotten what it was like to use it without it being hacked. So as I go through the other devices and try and decide what I like and don't like, that changes with this because I keep adding functionality to it to a point where it's getting a lot closer to having the capabilities that I need out of this device. So what I thought I would do is just show you a little bit about how I use this device in its hack state and what that looks like. I'm not going to show you how to hack this device. It's really not for the faint of heart, and you could, wreck your tablet. Just know that all of this stuff is available. Most of it I get on GitHub. In particular, there's several Remarkable wikis that point to GitHub repositories that have all of this stuff there. So if what I've already said to you doesn't make any sense, I don't know if hacking your device is smart, because you could really mess things up if you don't know. Although I'm willing to entertain doing a walkthrough video if enough people really want it. So I guess let me know in the comments if that's something you want. But in the meantime, I'll just show you what it does differently. I may miss some things, and I may cover things that are actually by default already there. It's just because I've been used to using it this way for so long. So this is my layout. This is I love this home screen. I love the list view. You can see how I have things organized. I have an archive folder from stuff that I've brought in from other tablets, and I just want to have them available, but I don't need to integrate them. I have all my stuff related to church, all my stuff related to life, which is just random stuff, and then work. That's where most of my meeting notes and projects and all that stuff is managed. And then this is my day-to-day, other than QuickSheet. Well, QuickSheets I can't delete. I'm actually using QuickSheets today for this because I'm going to kill this page when I'm done. And then I have a test page just for an example here. Everything else I use 1 through 6. It's my bullet planner. You guys that are into bullet journaling will understand what that is. So most of my time is spent on the my week and my day to day, and then I bounce back and forth as needed. But yeah, so I'm trying to avoid showing you all of my private personal stuff that I have going on and work stuff. So you're not going to see much of that, hopefully. But what I will do is open up this quick sheet to talk about my hacked RM. Now, the hack that I use is the DDVK hack. Again, that's on the GitHub repository, and it adds a lot of capabilities that I wish were built in, but I don't really care if they're not, because I can easily add them into there. So I don't remember exactly, like I said, what is normal and what is not. Can I normally hide that toolbar? I don't remember. I think I can, but I know this hack allows me to have a gesture to show and hide that. So the swipe down brings that and takes it away. So I know that that's new. The other thing you see here, there's a couple, this one right here has been a huge help. I can enable and disable Wi-Fi right from here, airplane mode basically. I always leave Wi-Fi off unless I need to use it for something. I can disable swipes. I can disable bookmarks, which I think bookmarks is a feature that isn't built in, which is part of this hack. I can hide page numbers. I can disable buttons, which is important to me. Actually, I'm going to do that right now because I often, when I write, will press the buttons and I'll end up closing a page in the middle of writing. Again, Remarkable 1, Remarkable 2 does not have buttons, so not an issue. So disabling buttons is nice because now I can press that button as much as I want and it doesn't matter. But that it only disables them like normally when I'm in the reading mode. They work otherwise, like in the readers and all that stuff. So it is really well done. Pinch to zoom, it adds and the ability to disable that. So if I get a little bit touchy and I want to just disable that, I can. You can show the battery status if you want to down here. I keep it hidden because it does cover up the lower icon. It does put the time down there though, 15:53. And then you can tell it to show the first page or show the last open page. This is actually something that just came out in the new update for Remarkable. So kind of interesting that this capability was already in a hack and is now available. This is a global setting. I don't know how the Remarkable update is. I think it might be a per notebook setting, but globally I can just say show first page or show last open page. It does have live view capabilities. And then send by email, convert to text and send. I know those have been around, so I'm not sure there's any new change there. So I'm sure I'll talk about some things that also I don't fully understand, right? Pinch to zoom, that is the functionality that should have been there by default. Normally you have this little zoom in and zoom out thing. And then there is the zoom selection, which I like zoom selection a lot. Unfortunately, the maximum is 500%. But if I go back to 100%, and this is built in, by the way, the zoom selection, I'm pretty sure it is. I can just come over here and say, hey, let's zoom in on that and then go to town. But now I have pinch to zoom, so I can zoom in just like that. And I can get all the way to the 500%, and then I can zoom back out. I'm not as good at this. It's sort of a quick motion that seems to work for me. But yeah, the ability to zoom in and out is helpful. And then I still get the map to see where I'm at in the document, which is also helpful. And then I can just come over here and say I want to come up to the top. I can just click there, and then now I'm in, that area, and then I can do what I need to do, and then I can either manually zoom back or I can use this to select a zoom level. So yeah, pinch to zoom, love that. Swipe down to toggle the side menu on and off. Again, that's really cool. I use that a lot. I'll get rid of that because on the Remarkable, unlike some of the other tablets, the side menu actually covers up the text. So I could write something here, and then when the menu is open, it's hidden from view and I can't get to it. That's as far as I can get. But when you hide that menu, you can see it's actually, there's stuff there. And it shows it, like I was writing on it, you just can't see it. So yeah, so I use that from time to time. Swipe down to close the document. I think that was been existing functionality, so I don't think that that's anything new. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is normal. Now, here's where we get to cool stuff. If you want to see recent files, you can use a two-finger swipe up, and it will show you a list of your recent files, and then you can switch back and forth. I'm going to go to test just because I don't want to expose too many things. Or you can, if you have buttons enabled, you can long press this center button and it will bring up the same menu. But I'm using this button for something else, so I'll show you that here in a second. So yeah, I can just two-finger swipe up to open and close recent files. Also, if you go to the menu it also comes up by default along with the menu. So that's a really cool way to get into some of your more commonly used documents. So what I find myself doing is I'll come in here and I'll be like, my day, my week, my day, my week, this note, that note, this note, that note. And yeah, you can sort of bounce around. So quick sheets, there we go. So the other cool thing you can do is just swipe down with 2 fingers and it will automatically take you to your last open document. So if you're working on 2 different documents back and forth, maybe one's a planner and one's a notes, or one's a week and one's a day, you can just bounce back and forth between the 2 just like that. Love that feature. Bookmarks, you can tap up at the top right corner and it will bookmark for you. So what it does is it bookmarks a page in your notebook. So if I scroll over, I can bookmark this page as well. Now, where that comes in handy is I have the bookmark list here, and I can bounce back and forth between the bookmarks. So this is bookmark 2 page. And then I can go back to 1, or I can go back to 2. And it doesn't have to be like a small document, right? It could be Matthew from the Bible's 81 pages, right? So I'm on page 32. I can bookmark that, check my bookmarks, 32. So the other cool thing is, so I'm going to go over here. I'll just bookmark something else randomly here. 38. If you long press this, you can rename it. You can call it what you want. This is cool. Confirm. Boom. Now I have a bookmark. It says this is cool. So back to 32. 38 is this is cool. So if you want to make a bookmark that has some meaning to you, you can do that. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I haven't really used bookmarks yet. But it is something I plan to take advantage of, especially as my notes get bigger and bigger. You can basically segment. You can have one notebook with sections and then bookmark to get through the different sections. So, for example, on my day notebook, which has my daily schedule and tasks, as I go through, it just keeps building, growing. You know, December. Matter of fact, I'll show you this. I think this should be fairly safe. Hang on, I'm gonna do something real quick. Page sorter. All right, so page overview. So you can see December 2nd, December 3rd, December 4th, and then December 7th, because I was using other tablets, December 8th, December 9th, December 10th. So I could continue to grow all of December. And then I could put a bookmark on the first one and call it December. And then when I roll into January, I put a bookmark on that one and call it January. Then I can use this bookmark browser to go to December, January, February, March, April, if I want to go back and look at my history. So I think that there's a lot of potential there. And then just, you know, hit it again to clear it. And then now I've just cleared all of those bookmarks. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So Zen Mode, and I haven't really explored this a whole lot, I'll be honest with you, but if you long press on the menu here, it will switch to Z, which is Zen Mode. So once you're in Zen Mode, right underneath this icon, which is super informative as it is, it tells me I'm on the, what is that called? I'm on the fine liner, and I'm on pen size number 2. But right below that, I can swipe up and get the eraser. And it tells me what level the eraser's on. So it's a little bit tricky, and I'm not really good at it. But you can swipe down again here and get back to the pen. You can swipe down again and rotate between the different types of pens. So I went from, mechanical pencil. And then swipe down, and now I'm at the fine liner. Swipe up. Come on, swipe up. There we go. And I'm at the eraser. So yeah, Zen Mode gives you some easy access to things. Now you can use the buttons for this as well, but I need to enable buttons to show you because I usually leave them disabled. So left button will toggle the eraser. You can see it right there. Right button will go back to your last used pen. Press right button again. It'll switch between a couple of tools. I don't know if it's the last one and the last one before that. And again, that works also with the menu hidden. And if you long press or swipe left or swipe right, but let's do this test. Long press and see how it's going back through. It's basically the undo. Like I said, just being honest with you, I don't really use Zen Mode. But for people that like a really clean, simple design and just the ability to cycle through the eraser and the pen, like if you're doing stuff and you want to be able to quickly go in and make edits, like it makes sense. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is reading mode. You get to that by coming down here and pressing the M, or you can press the center button and the right button, hold them simultaneously. But again, I use my buttons for other things right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back and disable buttons. Oops. So with reading mode, you basically have tap left and type right to go back and forth. So just like a regular e-reader. So it works well. I mean, this is kind of a small document, but if I go back to Matthew, right, I can hide when you hide your toolbar, everything goes away. It's completely clean. And then I can just go through like a normal sort of e-reader. And that works really nicely instead of having to swipe to go back and forth, which it does work, but this is a lot nicer. So same thing with the buttons. Oops, I have the buttons disabled. Enable buttons. So same thing with the buttons. The buttons will go back and forth pretty easy. I really like the buttons on the Remarkable one. I'm curious to see what the Remarkable 2 is going to be like for me. But like I said, I hit the middle button all the time, so that's why I have that disabled. So it does say in the notes for the DDVK hack that you're supposed to be able to email and do handwriting recognition for stuff you scribble on PDFs and extract those into new notebooks. I haven't really figured out how to do that yet. And then, of course, you have the clock down here, which I kind of like as well. So I'm taking it out of M-Mode and I'm back into normal mode here. So that is the DDVK hack. It gives me functionality that, like I said, is pretty awesome. Oh, I think this is new too. The ability to go to a specific page. Yeah, I like this. I'm on page 2 of 3. I want to go back to 1. Go. So on top of DDVK hack, I am using, I must have somehow accidentally erased something in the process of all this. This says package manager. So my package manager, I have opkg installed, and I'm using the Toltec repos, the repositories. That's what I'm using to install things like my launcher, which is Remux, and my one of my EPUB readers. I already had KOreader on there manually installed, but I just installed Plato, and then I've got finderterm as a terminal. So these things get progressively more scary. This one in particular, there's a lot of potential for damage. But let's talk about Remux. Remux is awesome. What Remux does, and this is what I use my center button for, is if I long press that for, I think it's 2 seconds, I can open up any other application on this tablet that's running behind. So Remarkable is just an application. It's just a program on the operating system that is running in the background. There are other programs also running that I can now switch back and forth to. So for example, if I want to go to Plato, which is the ebook reader, where I have my MacArthur Study Bible, I can do that. And then I've got access to a really comprehensive and huge resource. As a matter of fact, it won't open, this EPUB won't open in the Remarkable app. But I can switch back and forth between that and Remarkable just like that. So if I'm taking notes and I want to go back and forth, no, it's not split screen, but it is pretty darn close. and I can go into KOreader is another one. I'm trying to decide which one I like the best, so I've got them both in use. I think I like Plato better, but KOreader is pretty nice as well. But all of these hyperlinks work well. And then again, I can just come in here, long press, and then go right back to my remarkable notes and then jot notes. So I like that functionality. The other thing I have on here is finderterm, which is an actual like command line for your tablet. You are in as root, so you can do some serious damage. So yeah, not to be taken lightly, and it's really clunky. You can see here the keyboard is there, but it's really slow. So if I just wanted to do, I don't know, I will do a top command. You can see how slowly you have to type and how slowly it refreshes. If you go too fast, like I'll back that up. If I type T-O-P, oh, it did it okay. Sometimes it just can't keep up. And then return, it's going to show me what things are running on my system. So at any time though, I can, again, it's just a program. I can come in here and go back to Remarkable, have access, then go right back into finderterm. Now it puts everything to sleep that goes in the background and then just wakes it right back up. If you want to mess around, like I said, you got to be really careful because you're in there as root. It's really clunky, easy to make the wrong thing. But I can pop in and out of Remarkable because it really is just an app. So yeah, so that covers the e-readers that I have, KOreader and Plato. I'm leaning towards Plato. It's a little bit faster and more nimble. The only thing I don't like about it is whenever I long press, it closes out the book. It still reopens the last place I was in there, but it takes a little extra couple of seconds to open. And the long press is, the button is the same thing, which is to take you back to your library. So that's what I don't like about Plato, is when I long press, it has to clear it out of the library. When I go to KOreader though, same thing happens. If I long press it, it will go back out of the library. But I found a trick in that if I enable this bottom toolbar as soon as it opens. So if I enable this bottom bar right here and then long press, it doesn't kick me out. So essentially it turns into a 2-button escape, but I save time by not having to reopen the book every time like that. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's my hacked RM. And, you know, I'm super thrilled with the functionality that this has now, what it doesn't have that I still wish it had. I mean, yeah, I kind of wish it had a front light, but, you know, that's not in the cards. Split screen, I don't know how much I'd use it. I mean, with the ability to go back and forth and quickly see my recent files, like, I don't know if I need split screen capability. This is pretty good and gives me full access, full view. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to address them. So I just thought I would do a walkthrough on my hacked RM. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.